Welcome to Let's Get Social. I am Sgro, and today I have my arch nemesis, my little bro at TCG Lending Centers, but also someone who I can always count on, Eric Spada, mortgage agent, Eric Spada Mortgage, Mortgage Group?
Spada Mortgage Group, Eric Spada, powered by TCG Lending Centers.
You get too many names.
I do. I got lots of names, lots of aliases.
You know, I got other names for them, but we can't say that right now.
Why not?
Or maybe we can. Thanks, Eric. You know, we had a podcast together before where, you know, seats were reversed.
I like to say I was first. I invited you first.
Yes, you did.
Yes, so.
You know, even though...
I'm a nice guy.
You know, yeah, that's not what I heard. I love the relationship we have at TCG. You know what I mean? All of the agents on our team, you know, when I first started here, it was like literally, you know, Carmen and I, and we need to go back to our roots, you know, just in case you don't know who I am.
If you don't know who she is, she's Sgro. No, you know what? Very true. When I first got into the industry on a much smaller scale with the brokerage firm that I was with, it didn't really feel. And I mean, when I say small, I think there was like 6 or 7 of us really with the principal.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel as though there was a collective family. It felt it was more. You know, office versus, you know, people that weren't in the office because we were remote. So that was a challenge. And then that was my first. And then I stayed with the same parent and I went to just a different team at that point. And it was a little bit bigger. There was 15 on the team. And the team lead did try her hardest to include everybody and be there for everybody, which she was. She's a very hard worker, and I give her kudos for that.
Yeah.
But you know, it still didn't feel like the feeling we have here, which is really unique. And you know, I think we're at 50 right now or something like that, team members. And although we're all competitors and we're all trying to make a living and trying to do the right thing for the client, we're always there for each other, which is like. It's incredible when we're on our WhatsApp chat and somebody asks a question and there's like, you know, 10 people respond, you know, people don't have to, right? They don't have to give that time if they don't want. They're too busy. You know, you could say, listen, I'm growing my business. I got to focus on my clients. I can't focus on anybody else. But the way Carm has developed this business is, or this brokerage rather, is everybody helps each other out and you pay it forward.
Yeah.
And it's really unique. And that's team, right? I mean, I grew up, I don't know about yourself, but I grew up playing sports and, you know, from soccer to football. And it's all about team. And, you know, it's, what I see in this organization is a cheesy line that I use from a movie, and that's backdraft. And it's when Kurt Russell says, "You go, we go."
There you go.
Yeah, and it's true though, because that's kind of the way we operate. You go, we go, and that's how Carm operates.
Yeah,
and it's really essential that it's from the top down.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So, because if she's not acting the way she wants you to act, why are you going to do it, right? So we have a great team here. She's developed a great model here, and you know, it's the brokerage with a heart. Is what she says, right? So
yeah, and I love that. You know, when I came into the office and I saw the sign, it says brokerage with a heart, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it's so true. We all have, you know, big hearts. We all, like you said, we all want to help one another, even though you have your own, you know, book of business, and I have my own book of business. I know I can call you just like I did the other day. You know,
sanity check. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Like I'm looking at this email and the underwriter's telling me one thing and I'm like, I know that she made an error, but I second guess myself. Right. And I'm like, okay, I know I can call you and, you know, get you to look at this email that she had sent me. And you're like, oh no, yeah, she totally made an error. And I'm like, okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to take that call.
No.
You know what I mean? You're like, figure it out yourself. Like you should know. But it's so nice knowing that I know that I can text you, you can text me, and we're always there willing to help out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have great people on the team, and I have not met everybody, and I don't know if you've met everybody.
No, I don't. That's a thing.
But you hear names, and you're like, where are they from?
Like,
where do they live?
Who is this?
Full apologies if I forget a name or I don't mention you, but you look at Rinku, you look at Marcus, you look at Chantel, yourself, Sandra, Monica, Amanda, Kanik, Serena, you look, Lisa, Shannon. You just start rattling them off, and it's like, sometimes it feels weird because it feels like you're just drinking the juice, right? You're just drinking Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it really is that, and it's such a good environment and fun place. And if this is going to be an advertisement for we're hiring.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a brokerage that's a true team spirit with a leader that's passionate about not only accomplishing her vision, but also making sure that everybody grows along with her.
Yeah.
So, because I know she's got this kind of multifaceted vision, right?
Yeah.
Number of agents and volume.
Yeah.
But if the agents aren't growing, she's not happy. If you're looking for those components, there's just one place to go.
Yeah. And you know what? She's not just taking anybody.
No.
You have to have the quality and the ethics of what she is about.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like take, for example, today, I got a text this morning from her at, 10 o'clock.
Oh, I got a text at 8:30, so.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I was at 6 a.m. And she didn't have to do this.
Right.
She's the leader. Today, my gratitude is with you. How blessed was I that God gave you me. You always have my back and extremely lucky. Love you tons. That small message, that she took to send that to me, I could have had a shitty morning this morning, and just getting that text from her, I was like, oh my God, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for taking that 2 second to send me that, because it literally changed the whole aspect of my day.
Right.
And this is why she says even on our Motivational Mondays, send out those texts to people, that you appreciate, that you value, right? She doesn't have to do that. Those motivational messages every morning that we get at 6 a.m.
And sometimes weekends too.
She does it 7 days a week. Yeah. Who does that?
Well, that's the difference. It's not about the revenue. It's not about the client. It's not about the book of business. I mean, yes, that is a very important component of our business, because without that stuff, we don't put food on the table for our families, right? But it's really about, the nurturing and the caring and creating an environment of just like-minded individuals and who care for each other, care for the client, don't do the shady shit that some people do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you don't embody that, and she does these weird things when she meets you and interviews you.
Yeah.
It's like, we were meant to meet.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of weird, but okay. I remember the first time she's like, we were meant to connect. I'm like, I'm married. No, I didn't say that, but it was one of those things. She was like, we were meant to connect. We were meant to meet. And I'm like, okay. And I'll be honest, it took a while for me to drink the Kool-Aid. It really did. Cause I'm like, what's this nonsense? Okay, Dalai Lama, let's go. Right. But, you know what though? If you embrace it and you live by it, it does bring good things. As a matter of fact, this morning I was thinking about, so for the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of little things happening. And this morning I said, I've been a little negative, not outwardly, but inwardly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember April, May, and last month, I was super on cloud 9 and good things were still coming to me. Right? I was number 2, if you remember.
Yeah. Number 2.
You were number not 2. But
I was number 2, but
love.
By 50 cents, I moved to number 3.
Hey, if you're well, put it this way: if you're not first, you're last. So we weren't even number 1. So, I was thinking about it. I'm going, you know what? Those 3 months, I was super positive about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And good things were coming. And I realized this morning, I'm like, this month hasn't been so positive. I've been a little inwardly negative about certain things, and I got to change that and she's all about that. Yeah. Positive vibes out, positive vibes in. You know, give gratitude, pay it forward. It will come back to you in spades, right? Yeah. So, you know, she lives by it. She preaches it, and you know, if you buy into it, if you believe in it, it works.
Well, you know what? I was skeptical because I came from a brokerage where it was total opposite of what we have here at TCG. Mm-hmm. And, you know, talking about vision boards. When I joined Carmen's team, she's like, okay, you're going to do a vision board. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I go like, what is that? And she's like, oh, you're going to cut out pictures. And I'm like, what are we in grade 2 here? Like,
I can see fine. I don't need vision.
I go, I already know what I want in my head.
Right.
And she's like, oh, no. It's not the same thing. She's like, I go, so you want me to get like a board, cut out pictures of what I really want and paste it on there? She's like, yeah. And I was really skeptical about it. And then I said, okay, I'm going to create my first vision board. And I remember being at our old office on Queenston Road. And there was like just a team of us. It was like 6 or 7 of us. And I remember cutting out Carmen's face. I cut her face out and I stuck it on my vision board. And I said,
throw darts at it after.
And I said,
oh, okay, good.
I want to be just like her. Strong, right? And present. And I remember showing it to her. I'm like, I go, she wanted to see all of our vision boards. And I had like maybe 6 things on there.
Right.
I didn't know at the time. I'm like, I want to meet good realtors.
Right.
You know, want to have this many deals a month. Want a nice car. And I was almost like, I don't want to ask for too much because I wasn't believing it yet. Mm-hmm. So why put on these extravagant things if I was skeptical? And then she's like, can I see your vision board? And she looks at her face. She goes, what the heck? And I go, but I do. I want to be like you because I wasn't vocal. I was quiet. I wanted to say things, but I was always afraid to. And Carmen was not like that. Carmen, when she says she has your back, she has your back.
Oh, yeah.
She will, anyone that's under her wing, even if we're wrong, she will fight for you, right?
You know, when she says, if I put my name on it,
yeah.
The first time she said that to me, I will put my name on this.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, right? But when she says she'll put her name on it,
yeah.
And when she says she won't, she's, and Kay Carm, relax. I know you're probably eating popcorn right now going, woo. She's right. When she puts her name on it, she's right. When she doesn't put her name on it, she's right.
Yeah. And that first thing came and, you know, then I was like, okay, let me try. So she likes Carmen's going to do vision boards every 6 months.
Yep.
And
because things change.
Right? And I added, and then I'm like, oh, I actually did conquer this. Oh my God. And so I replaced it with something else. And like, as I kept doing that, my vision board started like this small. Mm-hmm. It's like this big now.
Right.
And it's amazing on what the things that you see and it's there in front of your face. Visions boards work. Mm-hmm. Like, and I used to think she used to hate us because I'm like, why are you making us do this stupid things? Like, I got better things to do.
Yep.
But okay, if you want us to do it, we'll do it.
Yeah, well, we just did one, what was it, last month or something like that? We did it?
Yeah, we had a vision board party.
Yeah, vision board party.
Who does
VBP.
That?
We had a VBP.
Because they work.
Yep.
And now I'm trying to get my kids to, do a vision board, create it, right?
Yep. In the market, in the industry, and I mean, obviously we don't know every brokerage out there. So,
no.
Full disclaimer there, we don't know, but every market, every industry has what I call the salmon going upstream, right? We're going against the grain.
Yeah.
And I feel as though this brokerage goes against the grain.
Yeah.
Not from a negative perspective, but from a positive perspective, because we do things like that where everybody else is doing things differently. Maybe the old school way, maybe just the black and white way, maybe just the monotone way, but she's trying to jazz it up and she's trying to look at it differently and she's trying to get us to see things differently. And it does work. I mean, you're right. Who does vision boards at the age of 40 plus?
Yeah.
I don't know.
40. Okay, I'm not that old.
I was talking about me.
And meanwhile, you're my little brother.
46. So, I mean, I don't think I did a vision board in grade school.
No, I'm not.
Right? So, if I did do a vision board, maybe I'd be a multimillionaire by now. Way to go, teachers. But yeah, vision boards, the parties that we have here on the Fridays.
But the thing is, I don't need to have a party at some fancy banquet hall.
No.
And have an awards night, because I was part of a brokerage like that. And honestly, the person that was speaking that led this brokerage was a disgrace. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody leading a brokerage that fakes to be something they are not. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I can go to these fancy parties, have these award nights, but that feeling of what
fakeness.
Every mortgage agent broker wants when they join this industry, it's here.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be part of, and I mean, really, if you think about it, it's in any industry, really. You want to be part of a team. You want to feel the inclusion. You don't want to feel awkward when you go to a meeting. You don't want to feel awkward when you go to an event. You don't want to have to worry about all the little like high school nuances that can happen in a company, right?
Yeah.
Over here, I mean, and we all have, 50, whatever it is, 50 plus personalities. So yes, there are, nuances that happen, but not to the extent that you can see in other companies where it's like, I don't even want to go.
Yeah.
I think I'm 9 months in this brokerage, and I've yet to say to myself, I don't really want to go. I'm not interested in going. Like, if I can't make it, I'm bummed out. I'm like, shit, I can't go. Like, I want to be there. I want to see everybody. So it is different. And if you're into that different, then I recommend you give us a call.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not into that different and you're into the monotone, black and white, bring your suit, that's it. Bring your briefcase, go somewhere else. But if you want to be part of a team, by the definition of a team,
this is seriously a team.
And be led by a leader, then you got to give us a call for sure.
Yeah. And you know what? It all comes down to, even with, Sandra and Monica that are my team, I am mimicking everything that I've learned from Carmen.
Yep.
Right? Because they're all good qualities to mimic.
Well, she's loud.
Well, she is loud, but I'm loud too. Actually, no, but she's louder than me.
She's very loud. Are you yelling at me again? No.
I know.
I wonder what her kids are like, right? Dad, is she yelling or is she just, I'm not sure. Am I in trouble or not in trouble?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Kidding.
Because Zermaine is quiet.
I don't even know. Does he talk?
But even when we're doing podcasts here, when Carmen's here.
You know when Carmen's here. Oh, Carmen's here. No. She started it.
But you know what? She's a badass.
Yeah.
Like, I had...
what's that saying? Kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
This is where I knew Carmen cares about her agents, like, through and through. Mm-hmm. I had a client who was very disrespectful towards me on multiple occasions. He was referred to me by a really good referral source, right? And he was a client of his, and he referred him to me. We were at our old office, and I remember my first interaction with him, and Glenn, Edward, and Aaron were in the office at that time. So at our old office, we had one big room, and then we had a couple of smaller offices that we could bring clients into. And I remember sitting in there, and he just was very disrespectful to women in general. Even disrespectful if I had to ask anything about his wife, he was like, he cut me off right there, and then I will speak on her behalf, basically. And I let it go so many times because I was Carmen's assistant, and he was basically our client. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want the potential of losing this client. I worried more about that, which Carmen was very, very upset with later, because I don't care who it is that comes in here. Nobody will disrespect any of my agents.
Right.
there's enough business, she goes, that they can leave.
Right.
But I didn't look at that. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to lose a deal. It's under TCG and, and he would raise his voice to the point where the guys, came and like knocked on the door, like, is everything okay? I'm like, oh yeah, no, everything's fine. Okay, just checking, right? And he left. And the three of them were like, wow, he's pretty loud. Like, why are you allowing him to talk to you that way? He's like, I was going to come in there and throw him out. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I can handle it. Fast forward, we moved to this office here. And he wanted to come in. I got him an amazing rate with one of our B lenders because his credit was so bad. And I didn't even think I was going to even get it approved with the B lender. But I managed to get him a phenomenal rate with the B lender. And he still was complaining. So I was in my office, which is just next door here. And across from us, we have another office with a window that you can see in, both of our offices. And Carmen was here at the time. Glenn was sitting in the office across from us, and Glenn recognized him. So he's like, I'm going to stay here just in case, So the guy comes in, and he's sitting across from me, and I'm telling him about the commitment, and he starts questioning about lawyer things and started getting loud and wouldn't let me speak. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry, right? So I stopped myself and I said, and at this point, I didn't even know that Carmen was already in the room because I didn't even notice because I was so focused and he was literally getting in my face. And Glenn had to get Carmen, and she sat down there, and he's like, should we go in? And she's like, no, she can handle this, right? If not, she will come in and out. So literally I said, I'm going to stop right now. I think I need to walk away, and I'm going to have Carmen finish this meeting. And he's like, go ahead, go get her. Go ahead. So I got up and I literally took everything in me not to cry because I don't cry anymore, but I was weak, right? And I opened the door and Carmen was already there, and I'm like, I can't, right? And her look, the face, like my face expression, she looked at me and she literally got out of the room. And oh my God, I had never seen someone, like when they say mama bear.
I was going to say she went mama bear on him.
Oh, she was mama bear.
Right.
And he was like, she goes, you come into my house and you make my agent feel the way I'm making you feel right now? Get out. And he's like, you can't tell me to leave. She's, oh, yes, I can. Nobody will come into my house and nobody will disrespect my agents. Get out. So he was like shocked because he thought that she was going to come in and say, you know what, don't worry, I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
Like most people would do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh no, she didn't care.
Yeah.
She took him and he's like, I'm going to complain. She goes, go ahead. I own this brokerage. Complain.
Yeah.
I will never have somebody come in this home and disrespect my agents. It'll never happen. And I was like, oh my God. And that was our next conversation. She was, why would you allow him to talk to you? No business is worth your, your
integrity, your pride, your human aspect.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, at that moment I knew, wow, she's right. And she will have my back. I will never let somebody come into our home.
Yep. And
it's never happened since, but yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that she would go mama bear.
Oh yeah, she's literally mama bear.
Doesn't surprise me. Not in the least.
I think the guys are scared.
Yeah, well, again, she's loud to begin with. And then you go angry. That's like having an Irish Sicilian background with a couple of drinks in you. That's scary.
Yeah.
So, but no, it doesn't surprise me.
So
and we love her for it.
Yeah, I love Carmen knows I love her. Everybody knows.
I love you more, Mom.
I'm her firstborn. I'm her firstborn.
But she likes me more.
I don't know about that. But no, I want to thank Carmen for This was her goal 5 years ago, this vision of really, in reality, she didn't need to open a brokerage. Carmen has enough business where she doesn't need to take on, but she knew that she wanted to create a brokerage where all agents, when they start, want to belong to.
Yep. And don't want to leave.
The
beautiful thing about what we do, you don't really, unless you want to leave, you don't have to leave. You move.
Yeah.
You can still operate. If you're within the province, you can still operate. So you can still have that. Now, unfortunately, you don't have the face-to-face. Like if you move to Peterborough or Ottawa or something like that, hours and hours away, but you still can have those motivational texts in the morning, and you can have the motivation Monday. You can still quasi feel part of that. Well, not quasi feel, but you could feel part of that environment.
I know Carmen says, I'm never too busy to, reach out to me, right? Because you think you get so many agents that you're going to get that time with her, and then it's slowly going to deteriorate. She doesn't. If I text her and she doesn't respond right away, she will get back to us. You know what I mean? She likes to do those phone calls or in person, one-on-one, just to check in. How are things going, right? Yep. And sometimes it's that little thing like that we all need, right? That, okay, she's thinking about us. She hasn't forgotten, even though we're growing, And like I said, I've been here 5 years with her, and I literally no desire to leave.
Right.
You can get different splits somewhere else. You can get, but what she provides here it's home.
No, you're absolutely 100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 101.
So if you're thinking of, joining a brokerage, this is seriously a brokerage with a heart.
Yeah. If you're looking for mentorship, if you're looking for team building and a true team environment, if you're looking for somebody who's going to care about you and care about your business as it relates to you, not specifically to them, because she's one of those people that if you're successful, I'm successful, right?
Yeah.
So without you, I'm not successful kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you're looking for those qualities in a brokerage, from my experience, and again, I'm not 25 years in the industry, but from what I've heard and seen and how I see people and whatnot, and I know a few brokers and I know a few agents that are running teams out of offices, I don't see that in them. I don't see that nurturing atmosphere. They have team. They do their fun things, but I don't see the nurturing aspect, the caring aspect. If you're looking for a brokerage that is going to give you lead gen, is going to give you, all that stuff, that's short-sightedness. But if you're looking for a place to actually grow and become successful and really have a family around you that is willing to help you, then this is the place to be.
100%. This is the place, people.
So,
and
TCG Lending Centers.
Where TCG Lending Center? TCG Lending Centers. Anyways, thank you, Eric, for joining me today.
My pleasure.
I always love talking with you, and you always make me laugh.
I know, it's my looks. I know.
Wow. No, honestly, truly from like the bottom of my heart, honestly, I'm so happy that you joined here, and I love the relationship we have here at TCG. I know I can count on you all the time. You're the best.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyways, this is another episode of Let's Get Social. What is it? Like, comment, and subscribe?
Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, share.
Oh my God, I need to work on this. Like, comment, subscribe.